Perfect.
I'm going to call the case of People versus Timoteo Mendoz Moreno.
Estamos convocando el caso de Timoteo Méndez Moreno.
The file number is 252552.
Número de caso 252552.
OT, that stands for Ordinance Traffic.
OT, que significa que es de ordenanza, tiene que ver con tránsito.
We have with us on the screen Ms. Vivian Montero. She is a certified court interpreter.
Tenemos en pantalla la señora Vivian Montero. Ella es una intérprete jurídica certificada
And she's going to interpret for us here this morning.
y va a interpretar para nosotros esta mañana.
Ms. Montero, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to the best of your ability you will interpret these matters from Spanish into English and English into Spanish?
I do.
Would you state your name, please?
Vivian Montero, court interpreter 18369.
¿Es usted Timoteo Méndez Moreno?
Sí,
Yes.
You got a ticket in Sturgis on December 12th.
Usted recibió una multa en Sturgis el 12 de diciembre
For driving without a valid operator's license ever acquired.
por conducir un vehículo sin licencia y nunca había recibido una.
And disobeying a traffic signal.
Y desobedecer un control de tránsito.
The first charge is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $500, and it does go on your driving record.
El primer cargo es un delito menor, conlleva una máxima penalidad posible hasta 90 días de cárcel y o $500 de multa. Y va a
The
aparecer.
second charge, oops, I'm sorry. The second charge is a civil infraction.
El segundo cargo es una infracción civil.
It carries a fine of $120.
Conlleva una multa de $120.
What they wrote on the ticket, driver at Nottawa at red light, turn eastbound on Chicago Road on solid red light.
Lo que pusieron en la multa es que usted estaba viajando sobre una calle y luego dio vuelta a la izquierda en dirección este sobre la calle Chicago y la luz aún estaba roja.
And that intersection is no turn on red.
Y en esa intersección dice en el letrero que no hay vuelta cuando el semáforo está en rojo.
Driver had international translation of driver's license.
El conductor tenía una traducción de una licencia internacional,
But has been living in Michigan for 3 years.
pero ha vivido en el estado de Michigan por 3 años.
Ms. Jackson from the Public Defender's Office has discussed this matter with the city attorney.
La licenciada Jackson, un abogado penalista, ha hablado con el agente del Ministerio Público de la ciudad.
What country are you from originally?
¿De qué país proviene originalmente?
mexicano. México.
Which state?
¿De qué estado en México?
Chiapas.
And you have a
Chiapas.
license from Chiapas?
¿Tiene usted una licencia de conducir de Chiapas?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. George, have you had an opportunity to look at that?
Licenciado George, ¿ha tenido la oportunidad de revisarla?
I did, Your Honor, and I couldn't verify it with the QR code.
May I see it?
¿Me lo puede prestar su licencia, por favor? Dice la gente del Ministerio Público que ha tenido la oportunidad de revisar la licencia, pero no ha podido verificarlo.
generally, you cannot move from Chiapas.
Hablando en general, uno no puede trasladarse de Chiapas
To Michigan.
al estado de Michigan.
You would need a Michigan driver's license.
Necesita solicitar la licencia de Michigan.
If you're visiting, you can use your Mexican license.
Cada visita puede utilizar su licencia de México.
They were selling these licenses at a tienda in Elkhart.
Estaban vendiendo estas licencias en una tienda en Elkhart.
The legitimate ones have a QR code on the back.
Las licencias legítimas tienen un código QR en la parte de atrás.
They come back as an official license.
Y cuando corremos la información, podemos ver que es una licencia oficial.
I think this license was bought at a store somewhere here in the United States.
Creo que esta licencia fue comprada en alguna tienda en alguna parte de aquí de Estados Unidos.
There is a way to do it with an international driver's license. It's complicated.
Hay una forma de hacerlo con una licencia internacional, pero es complicado.
But this license isn't from any particular state.
Pero esta licencia no viene de un estado particular.
I don't think it's valid.
Creo que sea vigente.
Mr. George, would you dismiss the civil infraction charge?
Licenciado George, ¿estaría dispuesto a desestimar el cargo de infracción civil?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sí, su señoría.
If you plead to the charge of not having a valid license ever acquired, the city attorney would dismiss the civil infraction charge for running a red light.
Si usted está dispuesto a contestar culpable por el cargo de delito menor de no tener licencia vigente, el agente del Ministerio Público está dispuesto a desestimar el otro cargo en su contra.
And that would save you $120.
Le ahorraría $120.
Are you willing to plead to that charge?
¿Está dispuesto a contestar culpable a ese cargo?
Yeah.
Anybody
Yes.
threaten you to get you to plead to that charge?
¿Alguien le amenazó para que contestara culpable a ese cargo?
No.
Or threaten you?
¿O le amenazó?
No.
No.
Were you driving a car in Sturgis on that day, December 11th?
¿Estaba manejando un vehículo en Sturgis en esa fecha, el 11 de diciembre?
Sí.
And do you
Yeah.
have a Michigan driver's license?
¿Tiene usted una licencia del estado de Michigan?
No.
And
No.
you've lived in Michigan for 3 years?
¿Ya ha vivido en el estado de Michigan por 3 años?
Sí.
Yes.
What do you do, sir? What's your occupation?
¿A qué se dedica, señor?
Soy un jornalero.
I'm a,
Trabajo en el campo.
he works in agriculture, but not
With
necessarily
animals or crops?
con animales o con las cosechas.
No. Disculpa.
Cuando Cuando trabaja en el campo, ¿trabaja con animales o trabaja con la cosecha, sembrando y cosechando?
Cosecha, tiempo de cosecha.
I work in agriculture in the fields during the times that you work in the fields, like
Okay.
the seasons that you work in the fields.
Not much going on in January out in the fields.
No hay mucho que está pasando en el campo en el mes de enero.
You've signed a advice of rights in Spanish, acknowledging you're giving up your right to have a trial. Is that your signature?
Esther firmó la notificación de derechos indicando que renuncia a su derecho de llevar el caso a juicio. ¿Esa es su firma?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, the fine is $100
Multa 100.
and $125 of state costs.
$125 costos estatales.
So the total fine is $225.
Monto total $225.
Can you pay that today or do you need more time?
¿Puede pagar ese monto hoy o necesita un plan de pagos?
Un plan de pagos.
I need a payment plan.
All right, I'm just gonna. All right, we'll send you out for a payment plan.
Está bien, vamos a programar un plan de pagos.
That document you have isn't a driver's license.
El documento que usted tiene no es una licencia de conducir.
I don't think it was issued by a government. I think you bought it somewhere.
No creo que fue emitido por una
So it is,
organización.
it may be good for, I'm sorry, it may be good for identification purposes
Tal vez sirve el propósito de la identificación,
to cash a check or prove your identity,
cambiar un cheque o comprobar su identidad,
but it is not a driver's license.
pero no es una licencia de conducir.
All right, you go with the court officer and they'll set up a payment plan.
Acompáñele al oficial, por favor, y van a establecer un plan de pagos.
Gracias.
All right. Well, we've been at it a while. We've only done 2 cases, but we'll get maybe a little faster here. Vivian, thank you for your help. I think that's our only translator case for this morning.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. Is Stephen Campbell here? Good morning, sir. Are you Stephen Vincent Campbell?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Campbell, you're charged with domestic assault. 2 separate cases. File 252422 alleges a domestic assault on Tiffany Webster on October 29th. File 252644 alleges another domestic assault on Tiffany Webster on Christmas Eve. You got arrested on Christmas Eve on the old warrant and the new warrant. You posted a $500 cash bond in the October case and a $5,000 surety bond in the December case. So now you have a no contact provision. Where are you staying?
At my sister's.
All right, and do we have that address? Well, don't tell it to me here. We'll get it for you. So this Lakeview address, whose name is that apartment in?
Oh, we don't, that's not the current address.
All right, where this occurred, was that a joint residence?
No, it's my house.
All right, and which is where?
428 Edka.
All right, so who's at that address?
Right now she is,
All right, but it's your
but
house?
it's my house, yeah.
Are you rent it or own it?
I own it. There should be some letters too from her with this case that she sent in. I'm not sure if you got them or
Well,
not.
those go to the prosecutor, not to me.
Okay,
So, the first incident. Oops. Allegedly occurred at the city of Sturgis. Let's see what I can tell about this. 428 Edka for domestic assault. She broke up with her boyfriend. He threatened to kill her. They arrived. She was upset.
it was a misunderstanding too.
All right, and then you refused to speak with the officers, stayed in his room yelling the entire time. So apparently they didn't make an arrest at that time.
They didn't even talk to me.
All right, well, they submitted it for a warrant. The prosecutor issued a warrant. So then the second one, Christmas Eve. Alleges that she came in on the 16th, said she was assaulted on the 13th. Threw her computer down the steps. And apparently they didn't do a warrant then either. They arrested you on the 24th.
Yeah,
All right. Well, anyway, the bottom line is you need a lawyer to help you with this. She may have sent information to the prosecutor regarding this, but that hasn't made it to the court yet. So defendant plead not guilty. Appoint an attorney. Let's set attorney pretrial for 2/6/26 at 8:30. Usually these arrests are made right then. In both cases, it looks like they submitted it for a warrant. And the earlier incident, the October incident, apparently hadn't been authorized by the time the December 16th incident happened. So I haven't quite sorted this all out.
yeah, I was arrested on one warrant, and then when I got to jail, that's when they informed me that I had been, or that I had the 2 warrants. So I didn't even know about either.
All right, well, they'll get the police reports, get victim input. Are you missing work right now?
Oh, no, I work second shift.
Good, so this won't interfere with your work. This next hearing is going to be on Friday morning, February 6th at 8:30. The bailiff's going to take you out to the court office. You're going to get the information regarding your court-appointed attorney. I don't know which one this is, Mr. Campbell. And then I want you to call that attorney and make an appointment to discuss it with them prior to February 6th. In fact, I'm ordering that you call your lawyer.
Well, I have every intention to.
What's that?
I have every intention to.
All right, I expect that you do. You'd be amazed how many people don't. They just show up that day. It's like, well,
No,
anyway, we'll get a lawyer for you and see where this goes. There are 2 cases. You don't seem to have any unpaid fines or costs. I'll see you in February.
All right, thank you.
All right, now let me repeat, there are some no contact provisions in here. You had a weapons charge at one time, no firearms, no assaultive behavior, no drugs or alcohol, and no contact with Miss Webster until further order of the court.
Yeah.
All right, you're good to go. All right, you're Jamie Jermaine Burcham,
Yes, Your Honor.
and I've known you since you were a kid. This is 252575 OT. You got an ordinance charge of no valid operator's license. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Does carry 2 points. We've had several of these this morning. That's probably our most common charge, no valid operator's license or driving suspended. Let's take a look at your situation. You got this ticket on December 15th at 12 a.m. Lay at Lafayette and Lakeview. Your driver's license shows as canceled. You got a couple previous charges of this. And that's all I know about it. You got a controlled substances offense in 2022. In the old days, they used to suspend your license for a drug charge. They'd suspend it for possession of marijuana, use of marijuana, and more recently, methamphetamine use misdemeanor. They took that away in the Criminal Justice Reform Act. They no longer suspend your driver's license for drug charges. But it looks like you got some old baggage on your license from here in Indiana, which caused you to have your license revoked or canceled. So how do you plead to this charge?
Your Honor, I did talk to him. He was not really sure as to why he may be without a license at this point. So he was going to plead not guilty and talk to the prosecutor and see what they told him that he needed to do.
Well, there's a wrinkle here. Late last night, they handed me a felony warrant for Mr.
Oh.
Burcham's arrest. So we'll deal with that here in a second.
Well, is that something that's going to impact this case?
No, but he's going to jail here in a minute, and he's gonna get an attorney appointed.
Okay.
How much is my bond gonna be?
I don't know yet. I had one of these yesterday where someone just walked in and turned themselves in. You didn't turn yourself in, but you're here. But it caused issues. So the protocol is you're supposed to be taken into custody and they'll be seen by the magistrate later today. So I'll show a plea of not guilty. I said a pre-trial with city prosecutor. Taken into custody on this case. 252464 FY. Let me take a look at that and tell you what it is. I had a case yesterday, Mr. Pena, who presented himself on a warrant. And he didn't want to go to jail, so he showed up here at the courthouse. And I just dealt with him right here, and it ended up causing some problems. So let's see what this alleges. That on August 31st in Fawn River Township, you possess methamphetamine as a second or subsequent offense, may get punishable by up to 20 years imprisonment. According to the affidavit of probable cause, there was a traffic stop, Plum School, your US 12, and there was a felony warrant out for you anyway, and you had a suspended license, which was, I don't know what happened to that one. They found some gloves, a scale, some baggies, and some controlled substance. They sent it to the crime lab and it came back as methamphetamine. So we'll set a pretrial conference. I don't yet know the date. I would suggest set it as same day as your PEC in the felony case, but you're gonna be taken into custody. They'll book you in at the jail and they will take your fingerprints and mugshot, and the magistrate will set your bond this afternoon. You can go with the officers. Mr. Bertram, do you have a case bound over to circuit court right now?
Yeah, I've got court on 16th.
All right,
Getting
well, we'll
probation.
sort this out.